top 5 productivity hacks for filmmakers in 2022. What's happening, filmmakers? It's George VK. Welcome to Filmmaker Secrets. These are my most go-to hacks and tricks and tips whenever I'm feeling unproductive or insecure in my own ability to actually get the things done that I need to get done in order to be successful with my goals and my purpose and my mission. So, number 1 is chunking of tasks. This is something that I learned from Tony Robbins. And during one of his presentations, he had one person from the audience come up to the stage, and he basically did sort of an intervention. This person had a lot of stress in their life, a lot of tasks, a lot of things to do. And he would ask this person, list them off. And so, it was anything from picking up the kids, cooking dinner, getting things done for the business, sending out emails, checking things off. And it was such a huge list. It is absolutely no surprise that a list of to-dos that huge is going to induce stress, right? I'm sure you're familiar with that yourself, looking at everything that you need to get done, and you just get overwhelmed and absolutely distraught by the idea of having to do all of that. Well, Tony Robbins teaches chunking in the sense that you are categorizing all of those tasks into their own little nests. So, picking up the kids, cooking dinner, that can go into the lifestyle task category. And then anything to do with business, you would take all the tasks that have to do with your business and put them into that little nest egg. And then anything to do with your, let's say, hobbies, right? If you have a photography hobby and you really want to pursue that as a more serious endeavor, then you would categorize all the tasks that have to do with photography into its own category. And then once you categorize all of your tasks, then you just have a few buckets of tasks. And that is so much more manageable to deal with. It's much less stressful and overwhelming because you now have little nests for all of the tasks that you have to do. And then you take a look at each category and prioritize the things that are most important. So if you look at your category of the business tasks you have to do, then take a look at the most important and put them up top. And you know that you have to take care of those tasks for your business in order to be successful. Okay, so number 1 is chunking your tasks, your to-do list. Number 2 productivity hack for 2022. Filmmakers, this one is going to really help you out because we all know that the process of filmmaking is full of processes and all kinds of things and documents and tasks that you need to get done. The best way to schedule those out is through something that I call calendar blocks. And this is a very popular method to plan out everything you need to do. But the trick here is to use the POMODORO method. If you've never heard of the POMODORO method, it basically is a way to do deep work interspersed with breaks. So a typical way to do this is in 30-minute blocks. So you do 25 minutes of deep work and then a 5-minute break. After your 5-minute break, another 25 minutes of deep work, no distractions, no social media, no Netflix. You have to commit to doing deep work for 25 minutes, and then you get that reward of a 5-minute break. And that has to be a real break, right? You're not scrolling on social media. You're not distracting yourself with things that actually put you back into that work mode. You're actually taking a break. Take a walk, talk to your spouse, have a cup of coffee, anything that gets your mind clear and ready for the next Pomodoro sort of chunk of time. And then after 3 or 4 Pomodoro chunks, so 30-minute cycles, then you take a longer break, 15 to 20 minutes. So the way it works, 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of a break. If you do that 3 to 4 times, then you take a longer break of 15 to 20 minutes. And this has been, I believe, scientifically proven to be a really good method to keep your mind clear but also ready for those times you need to work very hard and have that deep work element within your day. So schedule your calendar blocks in the sense that you're going to do 25 minutes of work and a 5-minute break. Repeat that 3 to 4 times, and then you can reward yourself with a bigger break. And that way you're spreading your work across, but you know that you're concentrating and you're focusing on the task at hand during that 25-minute block. Productivity hack number 3 is the Pareto principle. The Pareto principle states that 20% of input creates 80% of the result. Now, let's break that down. This could really be applied to virtually anything. 20% of the workers at any given company are actually producing 80% of the results. 20% of customers create 80% of the revenue for any particular company. 20% of software bugs cause 80% of the crashes in that software. 20% of features cause 80% of the usage in any given program. So you see the pattern here. If you focus on the 20% of the tasks that you need to get done that are actually generating 80% of the results, you're going to move that much quicker and be that much more productive because you're not creating busy work for yourself. You know, we as humans and filmmakers love to have that feeling of being busy. Have you ever created tasks on your to-do list just in order to feel productive so that you feel like you're actually getting things done? And we get that dopamine rush whenever we check things off, right? I'm sure you felt that before. But if you really dig deep into your task list, your to-do list, and find that 20% that need your attention and you need to be prioritizing those things, then you can be rest assured that 20% will actually yield 80% of the results. Productivity hack number 4 is Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law states that any task will expand to film the time that you allotted to do that task. So say you want to clean your house, right? And you give yourself 1 week to do it. Well, then that task of cleaning your house is going to take the whole week. Even if you don't clean or do anything with cleaning your house for 5 or 6 days, you're going to leave it to the very last minute. But if you told yourself, I have 1 hour to clean my house, right? It's going to take that 1 hour. Now, obviously, we're going to be realistic here and we're not going to set limitations that are unrealistic. So, you know, you can't clean a house in 1 minute, depending on the size of your house, I suppose. But the Parkinson's law will sort of solidify in your mind the idea that if you give yourself a certain amount of time to do a task, then you will take up that whole time. But if you only give yourself just a short amount of time, realistically speaking, then you will be able to get that done in that time. So say you are wanting to edit a project, and typically it takes you weeks and weeks because you stop and start, you take your time, you organize the footage for a couple days, then you let it rest, then you come back and you start building up your assembly edit, and then you leave it alone again, and then you come back. So you see the pattern. Whenever we give ourselves really loose deadlines, then that is exactly what we're going to follow through with because that's what's comfortable, right? But if we actually limit the time to do a certain task, like edit a project, say you give yourself this 1 day that I'm going to actually finish this edit, then it's actually very realistic and likely that you will get that edit done in that day. And productivity hack number 5. This one is my favorite, so I'm really glad that you stuck around till the end of the video. Productivity hack number 5 is commit to 5 minutes. Whenever you're feeling like you just don't have the motivation or the inspiration or just the will to actually get the thing done, then just tell yourself that I'm going to commit to these 5 minutes. I'm going to sit down and actually work on this, or stand up and work on this for 5 minutes. It is very likely that once you actually get started and you spend 5 minutes doing that task, Either you will actually finish it within the 5 minutes, or you will be in such momentum that you will have absolutely no choice but to keep going. You know, the hardest part about doing anything is actually starting, because we have this fear of imperfection or fear of judgment from others. But if we actually get over that hurdle and actually start, you will see just how easy it was, and you'll wonder why you ever doubted yourself in the first place. Just tell yourself that you're going to do this for just 5 minutes, and if you can commit to that, it'll likely be that you actually either finish it or you will be in such momentum that you will keep going and get it done. So there you have it, filmmakers. 5 productivity hacks that are sure to get you to the place that you need to with your to-do list for 2022. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if I missed any productivity hacks that you like to do, and I'll catch you on the next one.